Hey, hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to my channel, Georgia Girl Everyone Wellness and More. And I'm your host, Georgia Girl. Today is Wellness Wednesday. And we know that February is Heart Awareness Month. I'll be sharing some things about heart awareness, and I also will be talking about the first Black man to perform open heart surgery. I'm going to talk about heart health for a little bit, and then I'm going to get into the next segment. I hope everybody have had a good day today. Hey, welcome in. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Today is Wellness Wednesday, and I want to talk about heart health, and I want to talk about Dr. Daniel Hale Williams. He was the first Black man to do open heart surgery. This is for educational, entertainment purposes only. Welcome in, welcome in. Do you have anybody in your family that deal with heart disease, or do you deal with any type of heart disease or anything like this? Like I said, my channel is not to diagnose or suggest. It's just only for a commentary. This is educational, entertainment purposes only. My channel is to uplift and not tear down. I hope you have had a good day today. Are you enjoying the weather? Is it cold where you at? Is it raining? How's your weather? It's kind of crazy up here because it's been a little warm the last couple of days. And they saying they're gonna probably get either warmer or colder. So I tell anybody right now, just be safe out there. That COVID is still out there too. That COVID is out there. A lot of people's being sick with COVID right now. So don't take no chances. Make sure you continue to wash your hands. Still wash your surroundings. Don't be that close up on the people, because some people are not going to tell you they got COVID. Some people will be coughing and it just be so impolite. They'll cough and won't even cover their mouths. So just be safe out here, because there's a lot of germs out there. But yes, I had shared some information about heart health for the last couple of weeks, so I will continue to share some more information about heart health. Today, I just want to share about ways to help your heart. Oh, you caught COVID 5 times? Oh my goodness. You take care of yourself. I never caught COVID, but I did have the flu. I had the flu, and that wasn't easy. But other than that, I'm doing okay. I'm trying to continue to heal from losing my mom. I was having one of them days yesterday. I was thinking about my mom. Tears came in my eyes because I went to the doctor that she was normally go to. And her doctor, it seemed like I'd be all right until people start asking me about my mom, or they might say, I'm sorry for your loss. And it seemed like it just bring all the tears started by coming in, And I was thinking about the last time she was at the doctor, how she was ready to go home. She was in so much pain and she didn't want to be at the doctor office. And I was just having a moment yesterday. Hey, Shaggy girl, how you doing? And thank you for sharing me out the other day. Y'all make sure y'all connect with Shaggy girl. She does have a channel over there. Make sure y'all check her out. She does different things. I got to turn your bell back on, because I was out for a little while. I was out because my mom had passed, and I got to get back in the algorithm of seeing people content. So I had to go back and hit your bell if I could be able to see what you got going on. But I hope everybody is doing great today. Like I said, today is Wellness Wednesday. And on Wellness Wednesday, I like to share, which I always share on my channel, about something when it concerns our mind, body, soul, and health. But like I said, I am a lifestyle blogger. That means I share different things, from health to food to inspiration, current events. I'm all about trying to keep myself uplifted along with others. And today I want to share some things about heart health. And then I was going to get into a moment in Black history. I was going to put everything in one live stream. But it's good to see everyone. And I was asking how everybody weather was. Let me see what right now it's been warm here. This type of weather, this time of year, it'll make you sick. I'm just gonna tell you. It will make you sick, because right now it's warm. Like right now, I usually have on a jacket, but I got on a little just a long, like a half sleeve shirt because it's been warm today. It's been warm today. So we have to dress according to the weather, but we just can't go out there and get too carried away with it because it ain't that hot yet. I know some people probably can't wait to put back on their short pants and things like that. But to each of each own, but still dress according to the weather. So I'm going to get into my commentary for today. First, I will be bringing up about heart health. If you have some hearts on your phone, can you put some hearts in the chat? These hearts are to honor people that are dealing with heart issues, or they know someone that had heart issues, or just to honor heart awareness today. Just put some red hearts in the chat, or either some red flowers. If you have anything red that you can put in the chat, that's to honor the ones that are fighting heart disease, the ones that have lost their lives, and the ones that are dealing with it. So but other than that, I'm hanging in there. And thanks again to everybody that tuned in on my last live stream when I shared some moments of Black history. I appreciate everybody for their support, and shout out again to my members. If you want to check out some different people, I have my members link. Their link being dropped throughout the live. If anybody want to connect with some of those guys, and if you would like to become a member, just hit that join button and you become a member on my channel. So I'm going to get into my commentary today because I did 3 hours the other night. I didn't realize I had did a live that long, and I don't know when. But this is what I'll be talking about the first part of this show. But after I get through talking about heart health, I will get into talking about the first Black man to do open heart surgery. That'll be my Black history moment. And I'll be sharing moments of Black history the rest of this month. Just tune in, have your bells on. So this is what I'll be speaking on today. I'm here, but I'll be behind the hold on. I'm trying to see what happened to it. I had put it in the chat. Hold on. I don't know why is it not showing. Oh, that's on the other thing. Hold on. But I'll be talking about heart health. Like I said, February is Heart Health Awareness Month. We know heart attacks is one of the number one killers out here in the United States. And it's mostly among women and African Americans. We have to take our health real serious. My channel is just to inspire, uplift, share information, but I'm not here to, like I say, it's not for me to diagnose anyone because I'm not licensed to do that. I'm just a vlogger that I like to share different things concerning our health because of my own real life health issues. I'm trying to see, can I get on the stream? Let's see. This is what we'll be going over today, how to take care of your heart. Like I said, this is commentary for me. This is not to diagnose or suggest any type of treatment for anybody. Make sure you consult your doctor if you're going through any type of chest pain, if you're having any type of issues with your heart or anything. Make sure you let them know what's going on. Because a lot of time we tend to ignore When we have pain in our chest and things like that, we take it for to be something else. But sometimes you have to get further testing. But anyway, getting into today's first part of my commentary, I'm doing heart awareness. And you can see on the screen what I'll be going over about heart health. On the screen, you'll see where I said 10 ways to keep your heart healthy. Maintaining a healthy heart involves adopting nutritious diet, staying active, managing stress, and avoiding tobacco. You know, a lot of people chew tobacco, that's your choice. But if you already know you got heart issues, just for instance, if a doctor tell you, look, you need to cut back on this or that because it's concerning your heart. A doctor shouldn't have to tell you that you shouldn't do these things. If you love yourself and if you're concerned about your health, you will do it. You know, especially if it's going to have you to live a little while longer. I mean, I don't have nothing against people smoking, drinking, chewing tobacco. You do what you think best for you. But if it comes down to your health, you have to think twice and, you know, be like, is it worth me going through all this? Is it worth me going to the doctor for heart trouble and things like that? And adopting a nutritious diet. I don't know if y'all watch what I eat and watch some of the things I post. I've been changing my eating habits. I've been doing it for years. I fall back down, I get back up. But I know there's some things that I gotta stick with for my health, you know, because I deal with inflammation, I deal with pain, and I know certain foods does flare up my acid reflux also, because a few months ago they told me I was allergic to eggs, but I talked to my doctor the other day. He said it's okay as long as you're not having no allergic reaction and things like that. And I noticed the other day because I hadn't been really eating that many boiled eggs, and I ate one the other day, and by the time I said maybe about 30 minutes later, I started having chest pain. I'm like, Lord, is that gas or what? So I ended up taking my acid reflux medicine. But sometimes you just can't ignore the pain. Sometimes you think it be heartburn or interjection, you know, something going on with your stomach, but sometimes it can be signs of a heart attack. So you never take those chances when it comes down to your health. So right here they say have a nutritious diet and staying active. I know there are some things that I can't do when it comes down to exercise. I can do what I'm able to do. Long as I'm still moving, long as I'm able to do a little something, I'm fine. But that's important too, staying active. That's why I said, you know, if I can't stand long, I sit and do my knees, lift my knees up far as I can go. Sometimes I stretch my legs or I'll go out and walk a little bit. Just walk, you know, far as I can walk. You know, I don't try to put no more on me that I can, you know, could do. And God won't put no more on you than you can bear also. So if you see on the thing that I got up here about 10 ways to help your heart. And like I said, this is commentary. This is not me trying to diagnose anyone, okay? So they said 10 ways to keep your heart healthy. Eat a heart healthy diet. Stay hydrated. You know, like this week, we're doing lemon water. We're doing, if y'all notice that we do a lot of challenges, and those challenges is to benefit whoever wants to be a part of it. You know, hey, Knots, welcome in. What's the egg challenge? Hey, hello. Eat 2 boiled eggs a day. You could put a boiled egg with your breakfast, like for instance, if you want to have bacon, you could have a boiled egg on the side. Just as long as you get 2 eggs in your diet that day, you know, whatever your meal, you can eat it that morning or you can eat it that afternoon. How you been doing, 24 Whoosh. How you been doing? Y'all doing all right, guys? I'm talking about heart health today. And I also will be doing some Black History moments. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. But yes, that's what the egg challenge is. I think my key got just eat 2 eggs a day. You either add it with your breakfast or dinner. Yep. I used to eat eggs a lot, but I had to slow down on them. I had to slow down on eating them a lot. But, I talked about doctor the other day and I told, he said, long as they're not doing, because they had told me I was allergic to the white part of the eggs. But I don't eat them as regular as I used to. But I still would eat them some. How you been doing, Knots? You been doing okay? How's your health? How's your health going? How's everything going for you? Right here, I'm reading about 10 ways to keep your heart healthy. Eat a heart healthy diet. I saw how you eating that sandwich that day. Nice. You tickled me. You see? Oh, Jesus. You said a lot of people don't like that butt bread, but I eat that butt bread now. I said, Lord, this man here. I eat that bottom piece of bread too now. Ain't nothing wrong with eating that bottom piece of the loaf of the bread. But you was so funny how you said it. But get back into what I was talking about. 10 ways to keep your heart healthy. Sometimes you have to laugh to keep from crying, y'all. And the way how things have been for me the last month or so, it's just, I have to laugh. I said, that man don't stop his stuff. That's the truth now. Hey, Mickey, I know you was in here. Dot did a video, right? He was eating I don't know what kind of sandwich it was. But he said a lot of people say they don't like the bottom part of the bread. I eat the butt part of the bread. It was just how he was saying it. How you been doing, Mickey? He was asking about the egg challenge. And I asked my doctor, because I ain't supposed to be eating the white part, right? So I asked my doctor the other day. He said, as long as I don't have no kind of allergic reaction, I'm not allergic to it. So I ate one the other day, and I was saying, like, I started having some chest pain. I'm like, Lord, is it the egg causing me to have chest pain? So I ended up taking my acid reflux medicine. But today I'm sharing about heart health. Then I'm going to get into Dr. Daniel Williams. I'm going to tell y'all who he was, and that'll be my moment of Black history on this other half of this live. How y'all day been going? Y'all day been going pretty good? These are 10 ways to keep your heart healthy. 10 ways to keep your heart healthy. Eat a heart healthy diet. Stay active. Stay hydrated. Like I said, that lemon water, it been having me going, y'all. I got some right here beside me now. I've been running to the bathroom. So what the lemon water do, it detox your body. It have you going to the bathroom. It gonna have you doing number 1, and it might have you doing number 2 too. But it's really a refreshing drink, nothing but lemon water. So that's something I drink all the time, but we just put it in a challenge this week. So we're on day 3. Shout out to Miss Key and Frank for doing the lemon water challenge. But honey, it's been working. And the next one is manage your stress. Find ways to manage your stress. You can do some meditation, listen to some music, go for a walk, just do something mindful. Read some mindful affirmations. Just do something to keep your mind at peace, to avoid stress. Because y'all know stress is the number one kill. Health is also the number one kill out here. I had to start letting stuff go. I mean, since my mom passed, yes, I'm telling y'all, mentally, it got to me, and I'm still not where I need to be. But I thank God I'm not where I used to be, because my mom will always be on my mind. And I was having a bad day yesterday. I was going to call out yesterday because I was trying to get my numbers back up from when I was out, but I was having a day thinking about her yesterday, especially when I went to that doctor. And that doctor got to going over me some stuff about my mom, and tears was in my eyes. And she said, "You did the best you could for your mom. You did the best you could." Yeah, I'm trying. I'm healing. I'm trying to heal. But I have those days like yesterday. Anytime somebody asks me about my mom, it always take me back there. But it's a work in progress. Like I said, I have to find ways to stay busy. I have to find ways to not to be stressing. I read some Bible scriptures. I'm in that little group with the grieving people. And this is like a grieving support group. I get emails and different things from them every morning. I wake up, as I tell God, thank you for waking me up every morning. Because my mom be on my mind every morning, every night. So I have to find something to keep my mind and keep me busy. Because not I stress, I cry. And I know that's part of grieving. So right here, I'm talking about ways to keep your heart healthy. Manage your stress, maintain a healthy weight. I've been trying. I lose and I gain. I lose and gain, but I got to stay focused. Long as I'm staying focused on what I need to be on, I'm good. I'm trying to stick with more green vegetables, more fiber and proteins, and still trying to keep that inflammation. Now I got a doctor appointment in the morning, so I will be going up, making sure you go to your doctor appointments, go to your checkups. Like I said, anytime you feel like something is not right, sometimes you cannot hesitate. Go on and see about yourself. Sometimes we let the littlest things. And I just found out this man from my hometown. He used to be my supervisor, right? And I just found out he died. Well, I saw when he had passed. They had put it on Facebook. But I didn't know what was going on with him. I found out today that when he went to the doctor, he found out his copay was $75, right? I don't know if he had insurance or not, but they wanted him to pay $75. He was having chest pain. Don't y'all know them doctors would not see him because he didn't have the copay. They said when he went back home, he died. He went back home, he died. I don't know if he had already been having issues, but what I'm saying, sometimes, I'm just going to say, I know no knots in the chat, any more men's in the chat. Sometimes men, they're not like us. Men will ignore pain. They will ignore stuff because they're a macho. They don't want to be, you know how men are. They don't want to be tied down with no type of sickness or whatever. But it doesn't matter if you're a man, female, child, whatever. If you're sick, go see about yourself. Yes, they said he didn't have his copay, right? But I know that doctor out there, some doctors will put you on a, what they call it, some type of slide fee, or they'll let you pay. But then some doctors be wanting their money up front. You hear me? But I don't know how long he had been having chest pain, but when he left that doctor office, he died when he got home. I would have called 911 because they don't supposed to refuse to see you at the emergency room, even though they ask you for all your information and stuff. But once that ambulance put you in there, they gonna ask you about your insurance. It's all depend. It's all depend, but they don't supposed to refuse to give you help. Yeah, these doctors be wanting money up front. Coming out with my brothers on yesterday. Because both of them went to the doctor. The same doctor my mom was going to. And they didn't have no copay last year. But this year they got copay. It because of the fact of what has happened with that the man, the Donald Trump man. Because of that, the health care and stuff. But what I'm saying is, I know it's tight right now. I know it's hard. And I know, a lot of people can't go to the doctor because they don't have the insurance. But if you call 911, they'll be supposed to come out and see you. And sometimes they'll get your vital signs or they'll see what they can do to help you. They don't supposed to refuse to help you. I don't know why, but this man, he said like he was a big baller. The man used to act like he was a big baller, the one that died. And that's why I say you don't know what people are going through. Hey, Plant, I see you made it back tonight. How you doing? I'm talking about heart health. Then I'm gonna get into Dr. Daniel. He was the first Black man. You won't correct me if I'm wrong now to do open heart surgery. I'm gonna talk about him on the next part of my segment. But today I'm sharing this Wellness Wednesday. I want to share some about heart health. So I'm gonna ask you, Platt. I know you're a man, right? Do you like going to the doctor? Cause I know a lot of our men do not like to go to the doctor. And like I said, my supervisor, he was my supervisor. He went to that doctor that day, but he didn't have no insurance. And he didn't want to pay the copay. He did not want to pay the $75. But he had people going around him thinking he was a big baller because the way how he was dressing, he had all these cars. That's why I said looks can be deceiving. People can have all that material stuff and they still don't have nothing. You're still not where you want to be. I have absolutely no problem going to the doctor. Thank you. That's great. But a lot of men won't go. Now, look, if you're having chest pain and you go to the doctor office and they tell you, well, we can't see you because you don't have a copay. You're having chest pain now. You left that doctor office. I would have called 911. Because that day when I was having chest pain, I went to the doctor, to my primary doctor. I was at the doctor having chest pain, and they called the ambulance for me. And I still have chest pain, so it's dealing with my esophagus, and it has something to do with acid reflux and stuff because I have had the stress test done. I done had all that done. I got to go back to the doctor tomorrow because they did an ultrasound on my heart 2 weeks ago, and I got to get my shot tomorrow. I stay at the doctor. Believe me, I go. But those copays have went up now. But like I said, sometimes these doctors, they will work with you. And then again, some of them won't. They be wanting their money up front. Hey, Kenneth, how you doing? Kenneth, I know you had dealt with heart issues because you had to have an open heart surgery, right? I'm doing okay. I was having one of my days yesterday. My mom was on my mind real heavy yesterday. Y'all don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe now. I'm almost, I'm 100 away from 4K, y'all. It took a long time to get those numbers to move. But I done got some new subscribers, and I welcome all the new subscribers. And shout out to my members and moderators and everybody that come by. But today I want to talk about 10 ways to keep your heart healthy. Y'all know, Kenneth, you told me you hadn't had a heart surgery. I know you said you had got it done a few years ago. So how you been doing, Kenneth, since you had that surgery? I know my OBG doctor office, they will bill you your insurance first and bill you later. They still will see you. Okay. That's why I said some doctors will work some out with you, then some won't. Especially those specialists. Like when I went to the doctor the other day, the lady said, you want to go on and pay your copay right now? And I'm like, well, I get to it. She made sure she got that money before I went back there in that room. Sometimes the doctors will wait until the end of the sometimes they'll wait and get the copay like when you get ready to go, but Yeah, some doctors be want that money before they even check your vital sign. You been okay? So how many years it been, Kenneth, since you had the surgery? How many years it been since you had it? Kenneth is one of my awesome supporters. He sent me a card for Christmas. He always sending me little things in my email. Thank you, Kenneth. And he was telling me he know how I feel because he has lost his mom also. And thank you, Kenneth, for being so supportive. I do appreciate you so much. So getting back to a commentary, 10 ways to keep your heart healthy. Eat a heart healthy diet, stay hydrated, manage your stress, maintain a healthy weight, get sufficient sleep. I've been sleeping pretty good. I really have, because I've been on this medication. I started on some. That's why I be coming in the evening time, because when I take my medicine in the morning time, sometimes I sleep for a little while because I deal with chronic pain. And so I've been have to take some pain medicine. I started going to a pain management, and he got me on medicine twice a day, and it made me real sleepy. So that's why sometimes I do my streams the time I do, because most of the day I be resting. I be sleeping. I be tired, just trying to heal from, I'm on this treatment from the doctor. You had your heart attack 10 years ago? Okay, so you had to end up having a heart surgery. Okay. God bless you, Kenneth. God continue to keep you strong. Kenneth said he had a heart attack 10 years ago, and he did tell me he had to end up having, you have to have open heart surgery. Did they have to put I know a lot of people be wearing pacemakers and stuff like that. So get back to ways of keeping your heart healthy. No smoking, sufficient sleep. We supposed to get so many hours of sleep a day, y'all. They said we're supposed to get so many hours of sleep a day. I think when I go to bed at night, sometimes I'll be watching a movie. I might fall off to sleep. But once I sleep, I'm asleep. And I know I do get up. I think I get my 8 hours in. And then during the day, because I'm not working now. So during the day, I try to rest when I have to rest. Our rest is very important, y'all. Sometimes we can burn ourselves out. We can burn ourselves out so much. Some might have kids trying to help get them ready for school. Like those smaller kids, they'll have you running. You be up trying to cook and do what you got to do for your household. And sometimes you can wear yourself out. But take time to rest. Take time to do something for you. Take time to take care of who you are. So the next thing they say, no smoking. Like I said, I don't have nothing against no one smoking or drinking or whatever your choice or whatever you do. If, like I said, like my brother, he smoked. I told his doctor yesterday, my brother smoked too much. And so he been doing a lot of coughing. So they want to do an x-ray on his lungs. When you start having issues with your lungs and your heart, and they said due to smoking, it's time to want to change up that habit. It's still to be up to you to do what you want because you grown. Hey, Frank, how you doing? You been enjoying that lemon water? Woo. I'm finishing up this right here, what I had earlier today. I tell you, that lemon water, it's good. It's good for you. It'll make that bladder move. It'll make you go to the bathroom. But it's a refreshing drink, just pure water and lemon. Shout out to Frank and Miss Keith for doing the lemon water. And Parika, she been sharing stuff on her community wall. Today I'm talking about ways to keep your heart healthy. This is going to be the first part of my life. And then the second part, I'll be talking about Daniel Hale Williams. He was the first Black man to do open heart surgery. You been doing all right, Frank? I was just telling them about this man what used to be my supervisor died last week. And I guess he had been having chest pain. I don't know how long he had been having them, but he went to the like the doctor, like primary care. I don't know if that was his primary doctor or not, but he went to a doctor office, but they didn't see him because he didn't want to pay his copay. And the copay they said was $75. They said the copay was $75 and he wasn't gonna pay it. That's why I said sometimes you got to invest in your health. If you already know you've been having chest pain, right? You didn't go to the emergency room. You at a doctor. And if you got the money to pay your copay, pay it. Then, like I said, some doctors will work with you and some won't. They said when he got back home, he died. He didn't want to pay the money. I don't know if he had it or not, but they said he didn't pay the copay. He went back home, he died. I would have been trying to call the emergency. I would have been calling the ambulance. I would have did something, either I probably would have told the folks at the doctor, look, this is all I got right here. I ain't got my $50 down. Maybe they probably would have worked something out, but some doctor office will not work with you. I know those people I go to, if they don't say nothing about no copay to me, I'm assuming that I don't have to pay. Because the doctor I go to now, I haven't paid a copay with them in a while. But the one I went to the other day, I had to pay. Because that was my first time going. But I'm just saying, sometimes we have to just think, I know $75 is a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a copay for an office visit. But you would have had a chance to see a doctor. Like I said, if you have any type of chest pain, if you can't get to your doctor, call the ambulance. Call 911. They're supposed to come out and check you. They don't supposed to refuse not to see you. Because I know there have been times when they have called the ambulance for me when I have those anxiety attacks. And I know they check your vital signs, they check your blood pressure, they check your oxygen level, they check all that before they even take you anywhere. So if he had to call the ambulance, they was gonna check him. Before it's the insurance part, some doctors, they won't work with you. Some hospital, sometimes they'll see you at the emergency, but they're gonna be wanting you to at least pay something down at the emergency. Because I know they sent me to the emergency room when I was having chest pain. They was telling me I had to come up with it was going to be $300 and something for me being in the emergency room, but I was going to have to pay $100 and something. That's what they told me that night when they were, that day when they called the ambulance on me when I was having chest pain. But I told him, my husband told that he didn't have it right then. And so when they ran my insurance again, they told them, they was going to work with us and stuff like that. That's why I said some people, some offices, some hospitals do work with people. Because times are hard. Times are hard. And people can't afford to be paying these co-pays. And then you got to turn around and pay for your medicine too. See, that's why they want us to keep, like the ones that had Obamacare. That's why the folks try to fight hard for these people insurance. Because some people can't afford to go to the doctor. Some people can't even afford to pay their co-pays. But it's good to have some type of insurance, whether it's just a little bit. Sometimes you have to go in the marketplace and just find, sometimes they go by your income. Some of these insurance companies go by your income. That's how you pay your premium. But I know how it is not to have insurance, because before I got what I got now, I went just about a whole year when I got sick. I didn't have the insurance because I had got sick from my job. My insurance had to went out, everything. So I struggled for a while before I even got my insurance. I sure did. That is crazy. They care more about the money instead of your health. Yeah. They said he didn't pay the $75. Now, I feel may God continue to bless his family. I saw what his daughter had put on there. A piece of her heart was gone, but I had no idea. But the way, this is what I said. Cause a person be dressing up all these cars, that still don't mean they got nothing. It still don't mean people have stuff because they have a lot of material things. That don't mean they got it all. Looks can be deceiving. Because when I heard that, I'm like, what? Not him. The way he used to be riding around all those nice cars. That's why I said, cause you see people with these nice cars and all these different material things, that don't mean they have it all. That don't mean they have it all. Yeah, but they said he didn't want to pay. He didn't want to pay. See, the doctor was up here in my area. They used to have like a sliding fee. They would go by your income and you could pay. Because I know when I didn't have no insurance, I had to fill out papers for a sliding fee, right? And they go by whatever your income is, and that's how they determine to charge you a copay. So I don't know if he did the sliding thing or what. I know before I had my insurance, I had to pay $25 out there. Yep. So what I'm saying is, we spend money on these phones, we spend money on material stuff. Why not make sure you got your insurance? Why not invest in your health? It should not be all about money. That's true. It should not be about money. But they said when he left, like I said, I don't know how long he had been dealing with chest pain. And I was just saying, for example, some men just refuse to go to the doctor. Some men refuse to go. They just like, oh, it's okay. It ain't nothing. But no, you having chest pain, get your tail to the doctor somewhere. Don't hesitate on that. That's for anybody. But what I'm also saying, if you spend money on these brand new up-to-date phones and cars and all this, make sure you have your health care in order. Make sure you have some life insurance. If it don't even be that much, but make sure you have something. Because people don't want to give you that these days. I'm just going to tell you. People don't like, I'm just going to say this. People, the way how times are now, some people will help you and some won't. There used to be time when people die, you'll have people giving donations and this and that. A lot of people did give me cards and some people did give me donations when my mom died and stuff like that. But some people just don't do that. They'll just say, I'm sorry for your loss. Some people bring stuff to your house and some don't. People don't do things the way they used to do. Usually they shouldn't have let him go home. I know. Because that day when was having chest pain, they called the ambulance the same day. At the same doctor he went to. Though I don't understand why they just didn't call the ambulance for him. Why he didn't call them? Because when I was having chest pain, I couldn't even move. I was in so much pain. It seemed like I was in the pass out and everything. No folk called the ambulance. Sure did. But like they said, get your house in order, guys. People have to get their house in order when it comes down to your health care, when it comes down to your life and death situation. Make sure you have what you need for your family won't be left back here trying to take care. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say it's good to have a little insurance if you don't have much. That's why I said they should have sued the hospital and doctor. Yep. So I don't know what really happened with that. This is what the street people say, that they didn't see him because he didn't want to pay the copay. I don't know if he had money, but like I said, he was appearing to be like he was a big baller. I'm just gonna tell you. He was appearing to be a big baller. He got some nice cars and dressed nice, but he didn't have the money to pay his copay. Do I say a lot of the material stuff? I don't worry about it. I get what I can. When I was working, I had my 2 children. I always told my kids, I get you what you need. You might not have everything you want, but you do have what you need. If you ain't got it, you just ain't got it. And some people just go out their way to do stuff. Don't put yourself in a position if you're not able to do these things. That's just debt. You ain't doing it. Get yourself in debt. If somebody else want to jump up and go get a 2026, let them get that, okay? Because that's their money. Let them do what they want to do. But make sure you take care of your home. Make sure you got your financial insurance and all that stuff in order for you to jump up and try to do all this stuff. That's why I said, ooh, if I don't have it, I can't worry about it. I just thank God for his grace and mercy and try to make do of what I do have. And try not to take nothing for granted. I don't know if y'all see my disclaimer right there. I said, Georgia Girl on Wellness Channel is not here to diagnose or suggest. Always consult your doctor. My content is fair use for education and entertainment purposes, to inspire, to uplift, not to tear down. Thanks for joining. I think I left that G, y'all. But this is commentary. I ain't trying to tell nobody what to do. I ain't trying to tell nobody to go to the doctor, but I'm just saying, take care of yourself. If the doctor tell you, look, you having issues with your heart, you're going to have to let smoking go. You're going to have to realize, look, this your health. So these are some of the things to keep your heart healthy. No smoking. Drink alcohol moderately. You know, it's okay to drink, but you got to have some sense with it. You got to know when to stop. You got to do it in moderation. They said monitor your health levels. That means make sure your blood pressure good. Make sure you're taking your cholesterol pills. Anything that you're supposed to take for your heart health, please do so. If you're on cholesterol pill, take your cholesterol pill. Don't stop taking them. You know how we do sometimes. We like, oh, I feel pretty good today. I don't think I need this medicine. Don't do that. Don't stop taking your medicine because you think you feel good today. If you have an issue with blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, if you're dealing with all these chronic things, chronic issues, rheumatoid, any type of pain, like me, I deal with chronic pain and stuff. I know it's certain medicine I have to take every day. Like with my thyroid issue, when I got to get my thyroids removed because of a tumor. I know I cannot go a day without taking my medication. They told me that thyroid pill is part of you because you don't have thyroids. That means if I miss taking those pills I said, if I go without taking my thyroid pill a day or two, I'm going to be feeling like I'm about to pass out. Might even slip into maybe a coma or something, you know, because my body going to be so weak and tired. I'm going to feel lousy, straight lousy. So, Georgia Girl, most grown adults these days will get mad if you tell them the right things to do. They would tell younger, I know. Because I was getting on my brother yesterday because I was having a pretty bad day yesterday because I went to the doctor with my brother. And they go to the same doctor my mom was going to. And, you know, the lady got to talking about my mom and just, it really got to me. I was just, oh my God. I'd be all right until people start talking about my mom or asking me about her. It seemed like it just bring on the tears, but I'm still processing it. But I was telling my brother doctor, he smoked too much. But she said it's going to be hard for him to stop but he gotta want to. Because I told he gotta go get some tests over his lungs, because he cough all the time. And I said probably come from all that smoking. He was getting mad yesterday. I'm like, I told you now you got to take care of yourself around here. I said, you probably going to have to slow down. You know, some people, you know, I don't know if I have any smokers in the chat, like smoke cigarettes. I don't know how people would say, they say it's hard to stop smoking. Do I have any smokers in the chat? Anybody in the chat that have smoked and they stop? They say it's hard. And the doctor told me yesterday it's gonna be hard for my brother to stop. But it's things you can do to stop smoking, but you gotta be able to monitor those things. So but yeah, I know you can't tell D-Day, you can't tell nobody nothing, or people tell you quick. Did my money, I died, I'm grown. But if you love someone, like I love my brothers, and I tell them, they said, no, now you got to take care of your brothers now, huh? I said, no, they got to help take care of themselves too, because I got my own issues. There was somebody was telling me yesterday, because they saw me and my brothers at the doctor office. Yeah. You can't make him do the right thing as he wants to. I know. Only thing I can do is just tell him. I can just say, look, he know he smoked too much. Anybody go through a pack of cigarette a day, just like a few hours, and then at night you want another pack? That's too much. I don't know how many cigarettes be on a pack, but if you could give somebody a pack of cigarette in the morning, by 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock, they want another pack. That's too much. That's too much. That is too much. But like you said, a lot of grown people don't want you to tell them anything. But if you love someone, you're going to try to do what you can to help them. But like I said, you have to be able to help yourself. So get to the next one. Monitor your health level. I mean, make sure your blood pressure be good. Because I had to buy me a blood pressure cup. One of those blood pressure things. Because my blood pressure was going up. It was going up at one time. It did go up a little bit after my mom died, but it getting back to normal now. But I had to purchase me one of those blood pressure things, and just to monitor my blood pressure. Cause my blood pressure varies because of the pain I deal with daily. So it's good to be able to have one of those blood pressure cups available, like just to keep your own blood pressure checked. And if you're on sugar, I know some people on sugar, some people that have sugar, they have to take shots. They have to do like those little things. They have a pin on them, but you have to make sure your sugar levels be good too. Also, they say exercise regular. Like me, I do what I can. I don't when I walk, I probably walk a little bit, but I don't go out there acting like I can walk 4 and 5 miles. I do what I'm able to do, but I said, as long as I'm getting a little bit in, I might not record it, but I will walk out of my yard, and then when I'm at the house, I work with my legs because I have chronic pain in my joints. I gotta go to the bar and get a shot. Matter of fact, I try to like work with my legs, keep my legs stretched. I do some of those knee exercise. Excuse me, y'all. I try to do so. I don't record everything. Sometimes you have to just do stuff in your own personal space and whenever you feel like you want to do it. Yeah, that's addiction. Yeah, I told him. But he been smoking for years. And the lady told me yesterday, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. And I told him, he been coughing a lot and stuff like that. Okay, they say exercise regularly. The next one is heart healthy lifestyle. They're just like change your eating habits. Just if you have to stop smoking or drinking or whatever you got to do, to make you feel better, not for nobody else, you. Because you have to do what's best for you. I can easily say, like I was saying with my brother, I can easily say I want him to stop, but it's still going to be up to him. Only thing I can do is try to encourage him, try to uplift him, and tell him, look, this is what you need to be doing. But like they said, people are grown. And if they have their own money, they're going to go buy whatever they want for themselves. You see what I'm saying? So I wanted to bring that to y'all. I'm about to finish this hour. I want to talk about the heart health and ways to keep your heart healthy. My next hour, I'll be talking about Dr. Daniel Hale Williams. But I'm going to go over these 10 one more time. I'm just going to get on camera for a minute. Then I'm going to get into my next segment. I hope everybody have had a pretty good day today. Like I said, this weather. Hey, y'all. Like someone went down the wrong pipe then. Like this weather, and it's getting so crazy. Now, it's been warm today. I don't even have a jacket on. And I normally have on a jacket, right? This type of weather now will cause you to have pneumonia. You'll get sick. Like I was saying, they say there's a lot of cases out there. A lot of cases with COVID. So y'all be real. Somebody came in the chat, so they had COVID 5 times. I don't know, somebody popped up in the chat and told me that they had COVID 5 times. I'm like, oh my God. Everybody just be safe out there. Continue to wash your hands. Continue to stay safe. But I just went over. Thank you. I just went over the 10 ways to keep your heart healthy. Like I said, anytime you have any issues, make sure you consult your doctor about it. Let them know what's going on. And if you can't get to your doctor right then, call 911. People cannot refuse to see you. They might ask you for money, but if that ambulance come to your house, they're supposed to check you out. They don't supposed to just pull up in your yard and leave. They're supposed to get your vital sign, trying to see what's going on. You know, that's part of their job. I mean, I done got so many bills. I got so many bills for when my insurance don't cover. Look, I just put them on a little pile over the outside. They put me on a payment plan. Because I'm going to try to go see about myself. And that's what we should do, y'all. No matter what, always take care of you. I can't tell a person to go to the doctor. I can't tell a person not to go to the doctor. I can't tell a person to stop smoking, drinking, or eat whatever you want. It got to be what you want to do. And you the one have to make that decision when it comes down to your own health and lifestyle. I know what I got to do. I know I had to let that fried food alone. It's been killing me not to want to eat it. I had to let that fried food alone. I've been trying to stick with baked food and more vegetables and fruits and grain and fiber, because that's what my doctor told me I need to be on. But I'm human. I slip sometimes. Then I get back to thinking, I know I'm supposed to be eating it. And then when I realize I don't supposed to be eating it, I get myself back on track. So if you fall down, that don't mean you have to stay down, okay? So I'm fixing to get into my other part of the live stream. It's going right along with what I'm talking about, heart health. I don't know if any of y'all familiar with this is Dr. Daniel Hale Williams. Have y'all heard about him? I'm sure y'all have read about him in the history books or, you know, somewhere when it comes down to Black history. But if you don't know who he is, I think I talked about him last year a little bit. I'm going to tell y'all who he is and what he accomplished and why he's part of our Black history. This is Dr. Daniel Hale Williams. I never knew of him until I started like a couple years when I, like I said, I've been sharing different things about Black History Month. I ran across his name last year. And I think I did read off some about him. So today, going right along with my topic, because I've been talking about heart health. February is Heart Health Awareness Month. And I want to read, this is the Black History moment right here. I want to thank everybody for coming in. And thank you, Plant Base, for coming back. I asked you the other day, did you have a channel? I got to go and check your channel out. Do you work on your channel? Have you been doing things on your channel? I want to make sure I connect with you. Let me see. I'm going to go over there and connect with your channel. Hold on. Let me go check out. He came in the other day for the first time. And I appreciate you for coming back, Plant Base. I'm trying to see, do you have a channel? I'm going to go to your channel. Okay. I just went over there and check your channel out. Plant-based diet black man. Okay. I'm trying to see what he doing on his channel. Y'all can check him out. And when he come back in, he can type Troopers. He got some videos over there. He did something like 3 months ago. Okay. So you don't post that much? I did connect with you. I'm just looking at some of the things. I see you be doing like cardio videos and you working out. Okay. That's great. That's great. So you don't post regular. I see the last time you did something 3 months ago. I'm just finna come in on one of your videos to let you know that I am connected with you. Okay, let me see. You did a live stream. Look, you did something 3 months ago, something like it. But I'm going to write a comment on your video to let you know I'm connecting back with you. And if y'all want to check out Plant Base, he do have a channel over there. Y'all check him out. I'm just writing a comment on your video to let you know I did go over there. And this is Plant Base. He came through the other day when I was doing the other stream. So I just put a genuine comment, let you know that I'm connecting back with you. And I'm going to sit back and watch your video. I see you be doing a lot of working out, huh? Is it something you're working on? Is it a goal you're working on with your weight or health? Or you just trying to just stay in shape? And shout out to everybody that's working on them for them, you know? You was doing something for cardio, okay? If y'all want to check him out, y'all can tap on his name. Yeah, you was doing a 3-minute round on punching. Okay. Okay, get back to my second part of my live stream. I will be sharing about the Black History moment for today is about Daniel Hale Williams, and I'll be sharing his accomplishment. You know, we hear about things until we really do the research and find out about it. You can see what people have been done and why they're part of our Black history. Daniel Hale Williams was an American surgeon. He was born January the 18th, 1856. He died August the 4th, 1931. Daniel Hale Williams was an American surgeon and a hospital founder. He founded Providence Hospital in 1891, which was the first non-segregated hospital in the United States. So, he was back there during the segregated days, and y'all know how that was. He is known for being the first to successfully perform a cardiac surgery, especially a procedure on the petron or the double layer fluid filled sac that encloses the heart and the roots of the great vessel. Okay, so he was the first one to perform open heart surgery. Wow. Just showing about what areas of the heart that he do take on. Let's see. The heart protects it from infections and trauma and reduces friction during its constant beating by providing lubrication. Okay. He was the son of a barber. He was a son of a barber. So his dad was a barber, cut hair or whatever. Okay. I'm just reading here, just trying to find reading some more information about him. So he was his education. He went to Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine in 1880 through 1883. His profession was surgeon and cardiologist. Okay. So he founded his own hospital, y'all. He had his own hospital. So I'm reading from this article here it's from a Columbia surgery. He was a son of a barber. Daniel Hale Williams founded the first black-owned hospital in America and performed the world's first successful heart surgery in 1893. Williams was born in 1858 in Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania, the fifth of 7 children. After his father died, his mother, Sarah Price Williams, moved the family several times. Young Daniel started as a shoemaker, but quickly knew he wanted more education. Okay. He completed secondary school in Wisconsin at age 20. Williams became an apprentice to a farmer surgeon general in Wisconsin. Williams studied medicine at Chicago Medical College. After his internship, he went into private practice in a integrated neighborhood on Chicago's South Side. He soon began teaching anatomy. Thank you, Louis. I'm talking about Daniel Hale Williams. He was the first black man to perform open heart surgery. And I was just reading some of his history. How your day been going? How your mom? Your mom doing okay? Cause I know you told me the other day your mom hadn't had heart surgery. I hope she's doing okay. I'm doing okay. I be having my days like yesterday. I was having them days thinking about my mom. But I know that's gonna be come natural because I'm always have on my mind. But yesterday was one of those hard days. I had went to a place where she normally be going and just brought back so many memories and tears yesterday. But I'm getting there. I'm getting through it. It's hard, but I'm just gonna continue to keep asking God to make me stronger. And I was just reading about ways to help your heart, to help ways to help keep your heart healthy. I had read 10 ways. Now reading about the black man that did the first open heart surgery. This is back in the 18th century. So this is like a moment in Black history right here. And I was just reading some of his history. He was a surgeon. He was a pioneer. He was the owner of a hospital. He helped build a hospital. He helped made a hospital, built a hospital, however you want to put it. So he started going to a college in Chicago. That's good. That's good. He was going to a medical college in Chicago. In 1889, the governor of Illinois appointed him the State Board of Health, determined that Chicago should have a hospital where both Black and white doctors could study and where Black nurses could receive training. William rallied for a hospital open to all races. So he got a hospital for all races. This was back in 1891. You know how things were back then. It used to be Black on one side, white on one side. But he had a hospital to be built for everybody. Every color can come there. So it wasn't a black hospital, it wasn't a white hospital. It was a hospital for everyone. The two types of tests they do on your heart is the first one is EKG. I had that done. I had a stress test done, and I just had a ultrasound done 2 weeks ago. So tomorrow they're gonna go over my test results tomorrow. I was having chest pain the other day, but I think it came from that egg I ate. Because after I ate it, my chest just started, a little while my chest started hurting. And I be getting that way sometimes because I have acid reflux. That's why it's certain foods I can eat. But I talked to my doctor about the eggs. He was saying it's okay to eat some, but I have to eat them in moderation. We got the egg challenge coming up. So I haven't been eating them a whole lot like I used to. Yeah. So tomorrow they'll give me my results of my test because my doctor wanted to make sure, my arteries and everything are not blocked. And he was checking because I have leg pain and stuff like that. So they did an ultrasound on my heart. They did one over my legs and they did one on my neck. Yeah, acid reflux can feel. Yeah, that I felt the other day. I'm like, Lord, and I got medication for that. So I just, like I said, we got to take care of ourselves. Anytime I feel any pain, I don't hesitate. I do not hesitate. I confirm to my doctor. I let them know what's going on. Cause, like I said, sometimes we ignore the little simple things, and sometimes it can end up to be bigger things. So it's best to take care of yourself. So I'm reading about Dr. Daniel Hale. He was the first one to do a successful open heart surgery. And he was the founder of a hospital in Chicago. And it was for both races. It wasn't for the blacks. It wasn't for the white. The hospital was non-segregated. So that means anybody could have came. Yeah, that's what it called. GERD. So Williams rallied for a hospital to open to all races. After months of hard work, he opened a private hospital and training school for nurses on May 4th, 1891. Country's first interracial hospital and nursing school. Wow, that's awesome. I'm just reading about his accomplishment. So he was able to help provide a hospital where nurses can be trained, and it was for interracial people. It wasn't just for one color. It was, even though back then it was still going on. They said one hot summer night in 1893, a young Chicago named James Cornish was stabbed in the chest and rushed to Providence. When Garnish started to go into shock, Williams suspected a deeper wound near the heart. And see, back then, They didn't have all the stuff they got now. Back then in 1891, they didn't have like the EKGs and the sonograms and all the stuff where you can really see what's going on with your heart. But by him being in medicine and knowing what he knew something was wrong with this man. So in 1893, a young Chicagoan named James Carnage was stabbed in the chest and rushed to Providence. When Carnage started to go into shock, Williams suspected a deeper wound near the heart. He asked 6 doctors, four white, 2 blacks, to observe while he operated. In a cramped operating room with crude anesthesia, Williams inspected the wound between 2 ribs exposing the breastbone. He cut the rib cartilage and created a small trapdoor to his heart. Underneath, he found a damaged left internal mammary artery and then he fixed it. Then, inspecting the perculum, the sac around the heart, he saw that the knife had left a gash near the right coronary artery. Wow. You see, they're not saying that he's seen it on a string. You know how they do now when they do surgery, you can see the x-rays, the EKG, you know how you be in the doctor office call. I'm telling you, when those people be doing stuff to me, like when they did the ultrasound on my thyroids and took my thyroids, because they said they seen a tumor. They took a tumor. They said they seen cancer off my neck, right? I'm looking. They have it where you can see, but you probably just don't know what you're looking at. But it's good to be asking questions and looking, and I'm always asking my doctor, what it is you want me to try, or ask what's going on. If they give you some new medication, find out what that medication is. See what the medication supposed to do. Ask questions. So I see they didn't have all the equipment they have now. Hey, Live Pride, good to see you. I'm just trying to do my old thing over here, trying to get back to being me. I was talking about Daniel Hale Williams. You heard of him? He was the first one to do open heart surgery, and he opened up a hospital for for both races. This is Chicago. This was in Chicago. Just sharing some Black History Month, and I was talking about heart health. I'm doing okay. I still have my moments. I had one of them days yesterday, but I try to continue to ask God to continue to make me stronger. I said I gotta do a little work today. I have to keep busy. But have you ever heard of Daniel Hale Williams? I'm just having a moment in Black history. Yep, he was I'm just reading how he did surgery on this young man. It was in 1891. Back then they didn't have all the sonograms, the EKG. They didn't have all that back then. They couldn't see exactly, how they can see stuff now. But he knew that man had got stabbed close to his heart. So he performed surgery on him. So what he did was that they said with the heart being transfusion impossible, William rinsed the wound with salt solution. Oh, okay. The first practical electric EKG was invented. Oh, okay. It was invented in 1895. Okay. So he had to have something in there, but as in our days now, it ain't probably don't look the same, No, they got all this modern technology now. Ooh, they got so much stuff going on now. I believe they can see everything. Well, just about see everything going on with you. Put it like that. So what he did, he rinsed the wound with salt solution, held the edges of the palpitating wound with forceps, sewed them together. Just 51 days after his apparently lethal wound, Jane Garnish walked out the hospital. He lived for over 20 years after the surgery. Wow. The landmark operation was held in the press. So he did open heart surgery on this man, and he lived at 20 years after that surgery. And like I said, they probably had the EKG, whatever the technology was back then, they probably had it. But today, they got all kind of stuff. They got a whole lot of computerized. A lot of this stuff they working with now is computerized. Because when they did that ultrasound on my heart 2 weeks ago, I was looking. I ain't know what I was looking at, but every time they would put that thing on my neck and they would put it on my heart, I'm looking at the screen like, I ain't know what I was looking at, but I know they were going across my neck and my heart. Because they were trying to make sure my arteries, I found out my testes tomorrow because I had to get an ultrasound done on my heart. They tried to make sure my arteries are not blocked in my legs. So, I deal with chronic pain and stuff. Yes, nowadays, that went by so fast. Let me go read what Lion Pride said. Thank you, Lewis, for sharing that history right there with us. I'm finna go to your comment, see what Lion Pride said. She said, yes, nowadays, especially with AI. Yep, AI can be good. It can be scary. Yep. Educated and won't given his credit. That's right. Because he was the first black man to do open heart surgery. He is known in the history books. So I always said, I don't think I could be a doctor. That's what I always have said. Because you have because I be looking at my daughter, I be wondering how she do some of the stuff she do. Cause my daughter's a RN, and I know she work on the heart flow too. My daughter worked with the heart patients, and she be, she don't get into details, but I know she have seen a lot. I know doctors and nurses see a lot. I don't think I can. I don't think I have the patience. I don't think I have the nerves. And then when they get ready to cut somebody, even though I know they got other things they have to use to do the surgery. But I'm just saying, I don't think I'd be want to see all that blood. You have to have patience. You got to have a strong stomach and everything to do that. But we have some good doctors and nurses right now. Like I said, I'm so proud of my daughter for doing what she doing. She have the patience. She really do have the patience. And she love her job. I mean, that child, she could be off. She don't even have to be at the hospital. And if she sees somebody going through if she's somewhere nearby, she gonna help them. The one thing about my daughter, she do her job. It was one day I was waiting on my daughter. We supposed to been going. You do? Okay. We supposed to been going somewhere, me and my daughter. But I was waiting on her to pick me up. And I kept on wondering, like, girl, where that girl at? Somebody had to have a wreck. And my daughter, she pulled over. And she helped that man. Well, it was a man and a woman. The man got killed on the spot. But, she was able to help out what she could. But, she, by her being a nurse, she couldn't just pass by and not, seeing can she help somebody. And that when I was working at the time, they were like, your daughter was out there trying to help save that man. I said, I know she was. And I was told her I was proud of her. She doing what she went to school for. trying to help save people. And then when that COVID came around, my daughter, she went out of town. She had to go work with the people who had the COVID. And she was coming home dressed like an astronaut. Had all that stuff on her to make sure she had one of them things over her face. I'm like, good, how you work? They had to work like that when that COVID was out there. Her face was covered up with the shield. She was in one of those plastic suits. But she still ended up with COVID though. But she loved her job. I'm proud of her. You welcome. I didn't get it. Why my Alexa? Okay. Yeah, but you say you watch a lot of doctor shows. Now, I used to love to watch the show Doctor. I still watch it still come on. What is the name of that show? Grey's Anatomy. I like to watch that. And it been coming on for a long time. Grey's Anatomy. A lot of those doctor shows I used to like to watch. There's this show called The Pit on HBO Max. They do a lot. Okay. But yeah, Dr. Daniel Hill, he was the first one to do an open heart surgery. And the person he did it on, they say he lived it 20 years after the surgery. That was pretty good. And he opened up a hospital for everyone. He didn't just open up the hospital for blacks. He opened up a hospital for all races. So this is a moment in Black history. So if anybody ever asks you who was the one did the first open heart surgery, you can tell them Dr. Daniel Hill. Dr. Daniel Hill William was the one that performed that surgery. I'm talking about Grey Anatomy. It was a pretty good show. Even though I know it was television, but they seemed like they were cutting them people off. I mean, they were showing a lot of graphic stuff. Even though I know it was television, but there was I couldn't be no doctor. Not trying to talk about doing some surgery on somebody, and then talking about their heart too. So I guess you do have to have patience. You do have to have patience to have that kind of be able to do that. So I'm going to tell y'all some of the things he did accomplish. Okay. Let's see. He founded the first interracial hospital, Providence Hospital and Training School. He created 2 hospital-based training programs for nursing. He co-founded the National Medical Association, the first African-American physician admitted to American College of Surgeons. Dr. Williams worked in advocacy for African-American president in medicine, is honored by educational institutions worldwide. So he's known in the medical field. He helped help people with jobs. He had it where people can train, the nurses can be trained at. And it wasn't just only for blacks. He did it for all races. So he's known in Black history. He did hospital. The one thing I always have said, that one thing about nurses, y'all, nurses and doctors, they can't get enough. They have to have plenty of those. Those 2 jobs, nurses, I said nurses, doctors, teachers, police officers, all those jobs are needed because they need them. They need those nurses and doctors. And they need teachers because somebody got to have patience with them kids. Ooh, no. And I thought at one time I wanted to be a teacher. I'm like, I thought, hey, Butt Files, how you doing? I'm just doing talking about health, heart, and doing a Black History moment. Talking about Dr. Daniel Hale Williams. He was the first one to perform open heart surgery. He opened up a school for nursing and training. So he's part of Black history. How your day been? Hope y'all have had a good day today. So I'm just reading some more things about what Dr. Daniel had accomplished. And he treated both patients. He didn't just treat Black patients. He treated Black and white. And it was all in 1889. He was appointed to the Illinois State Board of Health, now known as the Illinois Department of Public Health, and worked with medical standards and hospital rules. Providence Foundation. Dr. Williams practiced during an era when racism and discrimination prohibited African Americans from being admitted to hospital and denied Black doctors employment on hospital staff. Wow. So he was back there working during all that time. But he stood his ground. He still was able to help everybody, all races. To counteract his practice, Dr. Williams founded a Providence Hospital and training school for nurses, like I just said. This hospital still do exist in Chicago. It was called the Providence Hospital and Training School in 1891. And they saying today the hospital is called Providence Hospital of Cook County in Chicago. So all this is in Chicago. This is history. So anybody from Chicago, they probably know he was one of the founders of the hospital in Chicago. So this was like one of the first hospitals to have like nurses, interns. You know how they have the interns working in a hospital and stuff like that. The intern program. No, my granddaughter had said, my granddaughter is also into nursing, y'all. The one that finishing school this time, she's following her mom's footsteps. She's following my daughter's footsteps. But she want to be one of those pediatrician nurses. She want to be helping like children. I'm proud of her too. She'll be a graduate of 26 and hopefully she'll go on and finish and get her degree in nursing. And I heard her say something about she's supposed to start her intern at the hospital up there. So he accomplished a lot. You know, I know it was probably kind of rough back then in the day, especially when how things were, you know, with the actual. Hold on, y'all. I'm still alive now. Yeah, I'm still alive. Yeah, you should be close to it. I'm back, y'all. I had to go get my computer charged. I thought the thing was charged up. But I'm back on. I was on 3 hours the other night. Ooh, I didn't even realize I was on that late. But I'm not going. because I have an early doctor appointment tomorrow. I'm back. Hey, First Lady. How are you doing? I was just doing a moment in Black history, and I was also sharing about heart health. But this is Dr. Daniel Hale Williams. He was the first Black man to do open heart surgery. And I was just sharing some things for educational purposes only. How your day going? Yes, it's Black History Month. It's most definitely is. It is also Heart Health Month. How your day been? I've been doing okay today, but I was having one of my days yesterday. But, I thank God for his grace and mercy. How your day been? And I was just talking about all of Dr. Daniel Williams' accomplishment. He founded a school in Chicago, which the school still, not a school. He helped founded a hospital in Chicago, which the hospital still stand today, but just up under a different name. So if anybody from Chicago, just know your hospital is got a lot of history behind it. Yeah, I'm getting there. I was having one of them days yesterday because I went, like if I be at a place where my mom was doing or where she was or anything that remind me of my mom, it get to me because I was at the doctor with my brother yesterday, and that's the doctor my mom went to, and the doctor, she got to asking me questions, talking about my mom. It just took me, I had my moment, and it just like, ooh. But I asked God to continue to keep making me stronger. It's still hard, but I said, God, it's in your hand. Continue to give me the strength. I have to keep going because I know if I just stand still, I just think about her and I'll be sad. So I'm trying to, keep myself busy. But yeah, this is Dr. Yeah, I done came a long way from what I was a few weeks ago. But it's coming on 2 months. My mom be gone 2 months after a while. And it's still getting next to me. But I just said, Lord, be with me. These flowers are for everyone. Like I was saying, I try to come on and share some things that would be able to benefit me and along with others. But I let people know that I'm not here to diagnose or suggest anything concerning anyone else's health. If you have any type of issues, make sure you consult your doctor. This is commentary. This is for inspiration. This is uplift. I understand that you're coming along slowly but surely. Yeah, I'm praying. Thank you. Yeah, some days I'd be okay, and then, it'd be those moments. But I thank God for his grace and mercy. And I said, Lord, just give me the strength to try to come on and get my channel back going, just to keep my mind occupied, Yeah. But I'm hanging in there. And thank y'all. Shout out to my members again. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Shout out to everybody that stopped by today. But like I was just talking about our health and when it comes down to our heart, heart attacks is one of the leading causes. It's one of the leading causes of death in the United States. And it's among African Americans. And it's the number one killer of women. Anytime you got something going on, especially when it comes down to your heart, any little issue, don't hesitate. Go see about yourself. And that's for the men too. Take care of yourself. The doctor tell you certain things that you shouldn't do, If he said, look, you need to stop smoking, you're going to have to say to yourself, this is what I need to do in order for me to get better. My doctor came and told me about the reason I be inflamed, reason my joints got inflammation in. It's some of it come from what I be eating. I had to think hard, like, what? So I had to change up. It was hard. It's hard changing your lifestyle. It is. And I slacked. I fell back. But now I'm trying to get back up there. Sometimes we fall down, but we don't have to stay down. We got to keep going. That's why my hashtag this year, keep going 2026. Because I got to keep going. We might go through those setbacks. Sometimes we might feel like we can't go on. I have felt that way. And I still at times be feeling like, Lord, am I going to make it? But I had to keep trusting God. I had to keep putting everything and giving it to him. And I said, things going to work out. Sometimes it seems like things might not go the way we planned. Did I expect I was going to lose my mom? No. But I knew my mom was up in age, and I knew what she was dealing with. And you never be prepared for things like that. Like when it come down to my health, some of the stuff that I've been through, I'm like, Lord, how did I do it? But I know it wasn't nobody but God. I know it wasn't nobody but God that helped me through this. And to go continue to guide me and get me where I need to be. But I got to continue to keep the faith. I got to continue to keep the faith. And I think that's what have got me through some of the things that I've been going through, trying to get through with my mom, healed from her death. I started just giving it to God. I've been just saying, Lord, I pray that today be a better day. I said, Lord, ease my mind. Ease my mind from this pain, Lord. I don't mind talking to the Lord. And if you've been following me, you know I don't mind talking to him. Because he knows what's best for all of us. Even though I didn't understand my mama leaving me. But I know God, he was with her. He saw every day her pain. He saw every day her tears. And I heard her cry every day, just about every day. A couple of days before my mama died, a week before my mama died, she would just cry, 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 cry. And I kept saying, and it was really getting to me. It was really getting to me because of the fact I'm seeing my mama in so much pain. But I continue to ask God to continue to make me stronger every single day. And I know she's in heaven. I know she's in heaven looking down on me. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yep. It get hard, Frank. But I know I'm going to get there. It might take me a little more while. But as long as I keep busy and keep doing things, but when I get quiet and all kind of thoughts be going through my head. But I wanted to bring that to y'all about the commentary I did today. And I'll be sharing some more Black History moments the rest of this month. Because next month is Women's Day. I share stuff about that. Might get some ladies on the panel. I'm trying to get back into my commentary and, try to get myself back where I need to be. mentally, but it's a process. But it's good to know. I know you have. It's good to know that we got these trailblazers, these pioneers like Dr. Daniel Williams, the things they had to go through to accomplish the things that they did. Just imagine we living back there in their days where black and white separate, But then when it comes to health, it ain't no color. When it come down to our health, y'all, it ain't no color. If you're a doctor, I don't think no doctors do this now, but I'm sure back then they didn't want black doctors to even attend white people. But now, these days, it ain't like that. But I know it's still some racial out here. It's still some prejudice out here. I'd have had black doctors. I'd have had white doctors. I'd have had women doctors. I'd have had men doctors. But just imagine living back there in 1891. You real sick. And then a doctor don't want to see you because of your color. But Daniel Williams, he made it where people could come to his hospital, black, white, all color. It was when it came down to him, color was not going to be the problem. He was just trying to help people. He was just trying to take care of people. So I salute the trailblazers, the leaders, the inventors, the doctors, the nurses, all the ones that was in the 18th centuries that had to go through all the segregated things from the churches to the hospitals, being out in the street, can't walk the street with them and stuff like that. So we thankful. Like I was saying the other day, we should be thankful. We should be thankful that we don't have to live like that. But some people feel like they want to take you back down that road. But you don't have to live like that. God don't want us to hate nobody. He wants us to love everybody. Because back then, that's just how things were, black and white. Because that's how the laws was back then. Now, it don't have to be that. You don't have to be that way. But we're still living in some prejudiced areas, prejudiced times. There still be some black and white issues. Look how with the George Floyd, when George Floyd got killed, it was a lot of people say they think that was racial, behind some racial stuff too. All the stuff what did happen in the world today. We have to thank Martin Luther King, all the ones that marched on that Selma Bridge, Rosa Parks, the one that refused to get out her seat. All that stuff, they paved ways for us. Yeah, black versus black, yeah. There's a lot of that going on too. And all that stuff, God had said it in the Bible. How people are going to turn against each other. Mothers, daughters, daddies and sons, and all this what's going on in the world now. God already had it read about it. God had already spoke on it. God had already spoke on all these things was going to be happening. People turn against each other. Look how Abe and Cain, look how they carried on. They was brothers. You see what happened to them brothers. And people still today Some people be hating their real life brothers and stuff for real. You know, people turn against each other. And sometimes it be because of silly stuff. Silly stuff. People end up killing each other behind nonsense. Then you think about it. Think about it. Was it worth it? Was it worth losing your freedom? Was it worth losing your life over? Sometimes you have to think, but that's why they always say, so when sometimes when people be upset, they don't think. They don't think when some people be upset, they don't think. It be too late. They think about it when it be too late. So we have to thank all the ones that those pioneers, those trailblazers, the leaders, the ones that invented all these things for us to have what we got today. I'm gonna do some more moments of Black history, probably Friday. You know, I'm just doing commentary, so it's gonna be either Friday, probably. George Washington Carver, he was the one that invented a lot of things about peanuts. I'm gonna talk about him. And they're the same people who will go to your Woo! Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. You right. The same one. Mm-mm. I gotta pin this right. I gotta put this on this thing on the stream right quick. Oh, what is that right? The same one. The same ones that be out there hooping and hollering at your funeral. The one that tried to stab you in your back. Wow. I mean, you didn't say it, but I know that's what you meant. Yep. But we living in times now, boy. Whew. But I said we are still truly blessed. We are still truly blessed. And they are the same people who will go to your funeral. And that is so true. That is so true. But yeah, we ought to be thankful that we ain't living the way Daniel and all the rest of them was living. You know, he was doing his job. He helped found a hospital for all races. All races. I'm asking, I don't know who out in the chat, but do y'all think racism still exists today? Yes. That's a question. Do y'all think racism still exists in 2026? I think it is. And it started with that president. Don't come in here, folks. Don't come in here messing with me. Yeah. I don't, it shouldn't be that way now. But I tell you one thing, people ain't just turning the other cheek. They always said turn the other cheek and, stuff like that. People ain't doing it. People are fighting back. If they're able to fight back, they're fighting back. Honestly, I want the devil. Oh, Frank, I hear you, Frank. Honestly, I don't want the devil at my funeral, gamble or not. That's true. That is so, so true. That's why I say give people their flowers while they're here. That's what the preacher was saying when he was preaching on my mom's funeral. He was saying, if you ain't give it to her when she was alive, don't be trying to give them to her now. And that's true. Don't wait until something happens. Don't wait until something happens. You right, Frank. Them devils be in disguise. And they be your own relatives at that. They be your own relatives. But this ain't gonna be no 3-hour live here. Ooh, my bike can't let me do it today. But because I got an early appointment in the morning. But yeah, I just want to bring that to y'all. Like I said, anything that I do share over here, it always be for educational purposes only. And you know, it's to benefit myself along with others. But like I said, shout out again to everybody that did come through today. Y'all don't forget to check out everybody that's part of the Lemon Water Challenge. I think it's me, you, and Miss Key. And I see Parika, she be sharing stuff on her community wall. Like I said, it's just entertainment. YouTube is what you want it to be. You know, you can use it for just entertainment, a hobby, whatever. So when we do these challenges, anybody can do them. You know, you can do your own challenge, you know, because I'm still working on things that I need to be working on, you know. Yeah, but and like I said, February is also Heart Health Month. And like I was going over the different things about ways to keep your heart healthy, you know. If it's something that you know you don't need to be doing, don't do it. Especially if it's gonna cause you to be not well, you know. Cause we know stress will kill you. We already know that. Stress will kill you. If you on cholesterol pill, if you on blood pressure pill, if you supposed to be, the doctor prescribed those for you to take, don't hesitate. You know, some people be thinking they their own doctors. Some people be like, I don't need that. Then find out when you go back to the doctor, your blood pressure be up, your cholesterol be up. First question they gonna say, I didn't take you out that medicine. No, like I said, a lot of people do a lot of natural stuff. And sometimes natural stuff work for certain people. It don't work for everybody because everybody different. Everybody body different. Everybody go through different things. So do what you think best for you. Not for nobody else. Do what you think best for you. How you watch Star Search on Netflix? Not yet. When it come on? It's on tonight. I know you told me about it, but when do it come on? I did get my Star Search. I got the Netflix back on. I got it. I went on and got it because I was watching a movie the other night. What days it come on, Frank? I put this light on. It's dark. What days it come on? But I hope everybody have had a good day. I hope that you're live tonight. What time? Like I said, this is commentary. Like I said, if you've been following me, you know I always share things about awareness. I do the 9 o'clock. What time it is? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm finna get off here. This ain't gonna be no 3 hour live here. I was with it the other day. Cause I was going over about 8 people, I think. See, tonight I just went over one person, but Friday I might go over a couple more. But yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday, okay. I had to check it out. I used to love to watch. I used to love to watch it a long time ago. Hey, plant base, you laughing at me? Yeah, I was on it the other night. I was just going through talk about everybody. But tonight I just got put it down to one person. But I'm gonna talk about some more people. And I went over there and connected to your channel too, plant based. I see you be doing a lot of workout and stuff like that. You like that show? I'm gonna check it out. But I used to love the old picture, Star Search. You know, a lot of those stars got discovered. So plant based, did you know about Dr. Daniel Williams? You know, he co-founded a hospital. It's still in Chicago today, but it's named after, it got part of the name he had, but It's got Chicago name on it too. The hospital he helped provide is still exists in Chicago. He helped he was one of the ones that helped start the internship for the nurses, have it where nurses can be trained in the hospital. So he did a lot of different accomplishments and stuff. So I'm sure if anybody's from Chicago, I'm sure they probably got some type of museum or something. I'm sure they got something in his honor down there. You know how some places be honoring people. Because when we went to Montgomery, we saw where they have a museum for Rosa Parks. And that was, oh, y'all, if y'all ain't been down there, y'all need to go. That museum, it is so powerful. I couldn't record. You couldn't have the phone in there. They said they see any of their stuff on any social media, they gonna find you. Much as bad as I wanted to record now, because I'm a YouTuber, and boy, I want to record that stuff so bad. My daughter said, "You gonna go to jail, Mama? You gonna go to jail?" But they said they find you if you put any of their work on social media. I mean, it was so moving. It was so moving. You just have to really witness it for yourself to see it. You know, they did the actual thing about Rosa Parks. They had like a bus sitting up there. They had like the imaginary people, like the people was shaped like cardboard, like, but it was just no, not for no YouTube. But it was just powerful. And I'm glad my grandkid was able to see it. Yeah, I'm glad we took them down there. You know, it's good to know your history, y'all. It's good to know Black history. It's good to know. You can see where your grandparents, your parent, you can see what they had to endure. And you can sit back and just say, wow, you know, it ain't worth it, honey. It is not worth it. It is not worth it. But some people was sneaking their phones in there. I just turned mine off. Because a lot of places don't want, you can't do that. A lot of places don't allow that. I've been to a lot of places where they say you have to turn your phones off. You don't be knowing until once you get there. There, sometimes they have signs up saying don't record and stuff like that. But I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. And like I said, this is commentary for me. This is what I do over here. I do a little meal prepping. We do challenges over here. I don't know what next week challenge is going to be. I got to look at the thing. I'm just looking at my message. They reminded me of my appointment tomorrow. I know. You know how the doctors they be sending a little thing out to let you know you got an appointment. But all right, guys. I enjoyed everybody for coming through. And like I said, remember, guys, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Sometimes we try to be our own doctors. This is something that you don't know. And like my daughter used to be saying, Google ain't no doctor now. Google is not no doctor. You can Google stuff, but that don't mean that gonna help your problem. It might can give you some information, but go take care of yourself. Cause I know I'll Google in a minute. My daughter like, but I told you about all that Googling. I do it. When the people like, if it's something I need to know, if the doctor don't tell me, I go Google it. I say, look, do what you finna give me. Ask questions, because this is your body. You don't want nobody just giving you anything. Make sure you know what you're taking. And if you have to go to the hospital, go see about yourself. Go see about yourself. I'm sorry. I hate that happened to my the man used to be my supervisor. I wish that you do too. I'm finna get off here. This ain't gonna be no 3-hour line tonight. No, I ain't got it in me tonight. My back already was hurt. But I hate it so bad that happened to the man from my hometown, that he wasn't seen at the doctor because he didn't have his copay. And like I said, times are so hard right now. Times are hard. And like I said, some doctors work with you and some won't. I don't know how his family gonna handle that, because they told him he had a copay. I don't know if he had it or what, but he was having chest pain. He left the doctor office. He went back home. He died. And I don't know why they didn't call the ambulance, or why his family didn't call it, or why he didn't call the ambulance. Because I know if I'm where none of my family around me, and if I feel sick, if I know I'm feeling bad or whatever, and I can't get to my family, I'm going to call 911. I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to call 911. I'm going to let the ambulance come out here. And the first thing, they going to ask you about your insurance, but they don't supposed to refuse to see you, though. None of those doctors are supposed to refuse to see you. But some doctors will do it. Some will do it. But anyway, I hope y'all remember the things I had went over. I just shared some things about heart health, about ways to for your heart. Y'all can see right here. These are some of the things right here to help with your heart. You can see right there. Manage your stress. Eat a heart healthy diet. Manage your stress. Maintain a healthy weight. Get sufficient sleep. No smoking. Drink alcohol. Drink it with, you can drink, but just do it in moderate. Do it in a way where you won't go overboard. Monitor your health levels. I mean, if you know your blood pressure is, if you have hypertension real bad, and you have to keep your blood pressure checked, because I had to go purchase one of those things, and I can check my own blood pressure, especially when I feel like it's been up. And I know my mom passed, mine did go up, my anxiety went up. I was like, oh my God, everything went out the window. I'm just gonna tell you. I started eating all them pies and cakes. Now I'm back on track. I'm back on track now. So because I was letting my emotion get to me. But I just lost my mom, and it's hard. Still hard. So these are some just ways to keep your heart healthy. Eat a healthy diet. Stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water or whatever, to keep you hydrated. Manage your stress. Maintain a healthy weight. Get sufficient sleep. No smoking. Drink alcohol in moderation. Monitor your health levels. Exercise regular. Heart healthy lifestyle. I have brought to y'all 10 ways to stay healthy. And like I said, this is for educational, entertainment purposes only. I'm about to end this, and I also shared with y'all about Dr. Daniel Hale Williams. He was the first Black surgeon to do open heart surgery. He was from Chicago. He helped founded hospitals for all races. He helped with the nurses program for the interns. The hospitals still do exist today in Chicago, but it's just up on another name. He is a pioneer. He's like one of the trailblazers in medicine. So I hope y'all enjoyed my commentary today. Y'all don't forget to stay blessed, stay safe, stay encouraged, and always stay what? Prayed up. And until next time, bye-bye. And thanks for joining.